Your jaw is weak, embarrassingly, pathetically weak. 2 million years ago, your ancestor could crush raw bone daily, without effort, without fire. That ancestor ate things your stomach would reject, things that would end you in hours, and somehow that nightmare diet built your intelligence, built your brain, built everything you are. Today you heat everything, bake it, fry it, microwave it. You panic if chicken is slightly pink inside. But for 4 million years, fire did not exist. No stoves, no hearths, no heat at all. Your ancestors consumed everything completely raw, every single meal, every single day, for millions of years. So what exactly went into their mouths? The answer is far stranger than you expect. Dr. Richard Wrangham at Harvard spent decades on this exact question. In 1999, he published his cooking hypothesis. His question was deceptively simple. What happens to a species that cannot cook? His answer rewired how scientists see human evolution. But here's what's fascinating. The raw diet wasn't random chaos. It was a brutal, precise, calculated survival system. One your body still carries traces of today. Go back 4 million years, right now. Your ancestor is Australopithecus. Small, hungry, relentless. She wakes up with one single mission: get calories. And she will spend the next 8 hours just chewing. 8 full hours every day. Because raw food fights back hard. Fibrous roots resist your teeth with everything they have. Tubers lock their starch deep behind walls of cellulose. Raw meat is essentially dense rubber you cannot break through. 1 full day of calories requires 1 full day of labor. Plants formed the bulk of this survival diet. Wild fruits, berries, seeds, nuts, bark, flowers, whatever fell from trees was grabbed immediately. Archaeologist Dr. Peter Ungar at the University of Arkansas studied this precisely. In 2008, he analyzed isotope signatures inside 3 million-year-old fossilized molars. Those ancient teeth revealed a diet dominated by underground tubers. Roots, corms, and bulbs buried deep in dry African earth. When fruit vanished in the dry season, they dug for hours, with bare hands, every single day, always digging, always chewing, absolutely never stopping. And it gets crazier. They ate insects deliberately, strategically, not by accident. Researcher Jean Defoliot documented this in a landmark 2001 study. He found evidence that Australopithecus robustus crafted specialized digging tools designed specifically to extract termites from underground colonies. 4 million years ago, purpose-built termite tools. Termites were protein. Termites were fat. Termites were irreplaceable. Your ancient ancestor was farming insects before farming anything else existed. Nobody saw this coming. But here's the part nobody talks about. They also ate rotting meat, deliberately, strategically. Not from fresh kills, not their own hunts. Scavenged carcasses left behind by lions, leopards, and hyenas. Corpses already decomposing under the brutal African midday sun. Here is the genuinely dark part. Decomposition actually helped them. Rotted meat is softer. Pre-broken proteins slide through the gut. Gut bacteria had already begun dismantling the molecular structure. Your ancestor used controlled rot as an uncontrolled digestive preprocessor. Natural fermentation. Centuries before anyone understood fermentation existed. They were not being reckless. They were being precise. Professor Manuel Dominguez Rodrigo in Madrid confirmed this brutally in 2012. He examined 1.5 million-year-old cut-marked bones recovered in Tanzania. The cut marks placed hominins arriving after large predators had finished. Brain matter first, bone marrow second. Every time. They cracked the skulls open with rounded stones just for this. Because fat was everything. Fat was survival. Fat was neural fuel. Nobody talks about this part. Your intelligence, this brain you are using right now, was literally built on scraps stolen from lions. Built on cracked skulls and sun-rotted carcasses. That is the unglamorous foundation of human cognition. Then stone tools arrived. Around 2.6 million years ago, simple alderine flakes, crude, sharp-edged rock fragments. Dr. Shannon McFerrin at Leipzig's Max Planck Institute tracked these tools. His team found them in Ethiopia. Not weapons first, food processors, external teeth made of stone, slice raw meat into small strips, chew dramatically less. That one change was seismic. Experiments confirm sliced raw meat is 41% easier to chew. 41%. That is enormous for a calorie-starved species. Pound tubers against flat stones. Reduce their toughness by 40%. External predigestion. Before internal digestion evolved to handle it. Your ancestor was not cooking yet, but they were thinking like it. Process food outside the body. Extract more energy inside the body. That logic was the seed. Fire would come later. But the thinking began here, with a sharp rock and a dry tuber. But here's what's fascinating about what raw food actually cost them. Their gut was enormous, massively, grotesquely large. A huge fermenting processing system running all day constantly. This gut consumed enormous metabolic energy to operate. And here is the biological trap they were caught inside. A large gut directly competes with a large brain. Your body cannot fund both simultaneously. Evolution does not allow it. Raw diet meant large gut, which meant small brain. For 4 million years, human evolution sat beneath that ceiling, locked, straining, unable to break through. Fire broke that ceiling, completely and permanently. Cooked food unlocked starch, softened protein, killed parasites. Caloric intake from cooked starch improved by 12 to 35%. Protein absorption improved by up to 78%. The gut began shrinking. The brain began growing. Smaller gut freed energy, bigger brain, compounding, generation after generation. Dr. Wrangham's cooking hypothesis explains your brain's existence precisely this way. Secure evidence for habitual cooking dates to around 780,000 years ago. A site at Gesher Beno Yaakov, Israel. Fish teeth heated deep in a cave. Archaeologist Irit Zohar published this finding in Nature Ecology in 2022. Someone sat there 780,000 years ago and cooked fish deliberately. That moment, that single quiet meal beside a fire, began the chain reaction that eventually produced you. Now look at your body right now. Seriously. Your jaw is small. Your gut is compact. Your teeth are tiny compared to Australopithecus molars. Your brain is extraordinary by any biological measurement in nature. This configuration is not accidental. It was purchased. You are biologically a cooked food organism by evolutionary design. Your body assumes heat-processed nutrients as its operating baseline. Long-term raw food dieters consistently trend underweight and energy deficient. Reproductive complications, hormonal disruption, chronic fatigue, documented repeatedly. Your biology was not built for what built your ancestors. You are the product, not the prototype. Every convenience in your kitchen represents 4 million years of suffering. Every microwave, every oven, every stove burner you casually turn on. That technology is the reason your skull holds a brain this large. So here you are. Heated food, small jaw, enormous brain. Perfect, devastating irony. Every meal you eat today was paid for in advance. Paid in 8 hours of daily raw chewing. Paid in scavenged carcasses baking under an indifferent sun. Paid in termite tools and cracked skulls and controlled rot. Paid by bodies that gradually, painfully dismantled themselves to build yours. The weakness in your jaw is not a flaw. It is a receipt. Your jaw is weak. Embarrassingly, pathetically weak. And that weakness is exactly the proof.